What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Bitches, welcome back to the channel. We're here recording live from the mothership. We got another episode of Southampton career mode, and I've been having problems with my microphone. I think I've figured it out now. If there's a problem, bear with me. You're just gonna have to live with it for this episode because I tried to upload this time. Well, not tried to. I tried to record this time and time again, and we've been having problems. So now, regardless of what happens, this video is going up, whether I sound like I'm recording this with a goddamn microwave or not. It's happening. So we're starting off with some transfer. Obviously, we're still in the transfer window. Still got some active stuff going on. Newcastle have signed Giroud. Real Madrid signed Sisto. Barcelona signed Koulibaly. It's all kicking off as Harry Maguire go ahead and sign Juventus. Obviously, we got some business done in the last episode, signing Oyarzabal, Orban, and Achraf Hakimi. So right now, we're laying low a little bit. Not to say that there's nothing else that's going to happen right now, but we're not really involved at the moment.
Certainly one of the most interesting features of the match we're about to bring you, and it's live. Welcome to you all.
It's the first game of the season about to kick off right now as we're traveling to London to play West Ham United, who have been struggling a little bit in this series, to say the least. For a lot of Season 2, they had a tough season. They were looking like they were but look at their team as well. It's kind of crazy. They were like floating around the relegation zone. They got players like Lo Celso, Yarmolenko, Lanzini, Felipe, and their team is good, especially in terms of FIFA. Like, they got some players going right here. But this is how we line up. Hakimi not in the starting lineup for the first game of the season. Orban does get a start, as well as Mikel Oyarzabal on the left hand side with Vasquez and Almiron. Traore up front. One of the most interesting things you might find for the lineup for the first game of the season is we're playing a 4-2-3-1. I mean, take it however you may. We did play it a lot of times last season. This is the type of game we would have played it last season, but I feel like this season I'm going to play that 4-2-3-1 a bit more often and give Miguel Almiron some more time to play and do his thing, really, because he's just been really good for us. And I'm getting to the point where I feel it would be criminal to not start him at times. Like, he's just so good in this game that we got to play him a little bit more. But right now, that's how we started off the first game of the season. Right, a chance right there. A little bit fortunate for the ball to fall to Højbjerg, our leading assister for last season. He plays a brilliant through ball into Mikel Oyarzabal on his debut through on goal. Didn't really see any great options, so I decided to go for it right there. Didn't get nearly far enough into the corner. We get another opportunity as Almiron squares it to Lucas Vasquez, and 35 minutes on the clock, and we did open the scoring with a nice finish from our main man. I didn't even know what I was going to say right there. That's why it came out a little bit. I say I'm finish from our main from our main man, the man who was, for Season 1 especially, outstanding, and in Season 2 he was again outstanding. Season 3, again, the first goal of the season goes to him. I know he scored the first goal of the season in Season 1. Was it against West Ham as well? I think we may have played West Ham in the first game of the Season 1. And Vasquez scored the first goal in that one as well. I might be wrong. Could be wrong completely. But I might not be also. But good chance right there for West Ham, but just the final finish just didn't have anything on it. Højbjerg creating another chance, 70 minutes gone, playing into Bertrand Traore, and he gets himself off our top scorer for last season. Gets himself off the mark for this one. I mean, it's about as simple as you're going to get, really. Beautiful football played from us. I'm not playing down the football we played, but again, for someone who scored 29 goals for us last season, that's as easy as you're going to get. I mean, well, I say that's as easy as you're going to get, but he did score some easier goals last season. Some tap-ins, getting himself in the right place, right on the line, damn near. But right there, I mean, he did miss some chances like this as well, to be honest, last season. Similar chances. But not missing that one as we double our lead and really make ourselves look a little bit comfortable with the final 10 minutes coming. And the final 10 minutes here, Bertrand, everyone was just backing off of him, so I decided to try and bend one into that top corner. Didn't really work out. As you can see, I guess Traore is not the best with the finesses from outside the box. I mean, he can do it, don't get me wrong, but we just didn't execute right there on that instance. No, the channel motto, maximum effort and constant execution. We didn't really have the constant execution. We had the maximum effort, not constant execution, but a nice 2-0 victory. And I did say for a lot of last season that going into this season, we wanted to focus on defending and get more clean sheets. In the first game of the season, we get a clean sheet. Can't be mad about that, can we? You know, we can't really complain. We getting it done. We're doing what we can, and we really didn't give up too many chances as well in that game. I mean, the only real one you saw was the one falling to Lanzini, I think it was. But even then, I mean, outside the box on the half volley, I mean, if that's the best chance we give up, I'm more than happy with that. For the beginning of the season, we decided to train, you see Angus Gunn getting a little bit of training, but Ampadu and Valverde were the two that we were focusing on for the most part early. I mean, we're going to switch it up a lot for the season. We have a lot of young players who are going to need to be trained. A lot of young players with potential. A lot of young players who are already relatively high for their age, but some, again, who we're going to need to work on a little bit more. But Ampadu and Valverde, this could really be a breakout season for both of them, because they just on the edge, really, of where we need them to be. So focus on some training for them early on. You see, second game of the season, we have to play against Manchester City in this one. Again, a similar lineup. Orban, Klein, Hermoso, and Bertrand. Lamina, Romeo, and Højbjerg, the Trinity, started in the midfield for this one. Players like Hakimi, Rodriguez, Valverde, Buffal made it onto the bench. And you did see in the lineups, well, not lineups, but the pre-lineups, before you see the lineups, we did have that golden Premier League badge. I didn't mention it in the first game, but we did have that golden Premier League badge, which is just a nice little touch we get right here. I was talking about Traore not missing them type of chances. We got one in this game. The first real chance of the game. You see 44 minutes gone already before we start showing any real highlights. Again, Traore slid in, but not able to get that shot to force actually something out of the goalkeeper. Yazbek is able to create something right here, finding Højbjerg. And look at this effort from Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. It did eventually fall to Vasquez, but Ederson was able to keep that header out of the back of the net. 64 minutes in, Manchester City now pressuring us. Romeo, unfortunately, unable to control that pass, really. So Manchester City continue their offense. And you remember, Man City giving us the most problems of any team in this series at this point. And they were able to find the ball, the back of the net. 65 minutes gone, but they were ruled out for offside. Somewhat luckily, because we didn't really defend that well enough after Romeo's interception didn't really go well. But down this left-hand side, I believe that was Buffal who slid it into Traore. 74 minutes, still looking for the first goal of the game. Traore plays it to Højbjerg. Brilliant pass across the Valverde. Was just talking about the young man. Actually need to check. I still ain't checked. I need to shut off the voting for season 2, basically. I think he was winning young player of the season. I'm pretty sure he was confidently winning it as well. So I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say it. Our young player of the season for season 2 opens the scoring against our biggest rivals of the series. The team we won the Premier League against in the final minutes of the match last season. And it looks like we're on our way, at least, to picking up 3 huge points. In only the second game of the season, Valverde steps up and bangs it into the back of the net. But Manchester City coming back. Nice little 1-2, which we are able to intercept. Brilliantly worked out. Romeo, sorry. Able to find Valverde. He's got runs to his right and his left. He's going to slide it to his right way. Finds Traore. Top corner with double Arling. 2 goals, 2 games for Bertrand Traore. And off the bench, Valverde came on, got himself a goal and an assist with just over around 10 minutes worth of added time to play. But Valverde just done brilliantly, holding off his man. The run of Traore really wasn't tracked, and that is as an accomplished finish as you're ever going to see. Look at that, just opened up. I love that finish. I love it. It wasn't as far into the corner as I thought, actually. It looked a lot further into the corner from the past 2 angles. But still, beautifully finished, just opening up his body and guiding it past the keeper. Manchester City came forward trying to kill off our clean sheet, but Alphonse Areola not trying to let that happen. 90 minutes gone and he's still awake, still alert. Ball actually went through Mario Hermoso's legs. A popular player in this series, Mario Hermoso, because you guys voted him tied for Bertrand Traore's player of the season, which again I actually gave to Bertrand Traore now because it was tied, and I made the decision. I really didn't think Hermoso was as good as Traore in any capacity last season. He was very good, But as good as Traore, I don't know about that. Traore was outstanding for us last season, but we did pick up the victory. All 3 points come to us again as we get another clean sheet and another 2-0 win for us. And we can only be happy. Valverde getting himself man of the match again, a goal and an assist for the young Uruguayan. Big signing for Lazio. Well, I say big, not that big. Let me not exaggerate. Signing for Lazio, Lucas Perez joining from West Ham. Michel, let's call him Jean-Michel Seri joining Hoffenheim. That's a nice signing for them, I think. 23 million as well. That's a good signing. I like to see them type of signings going around. Them type of signings that I would expect to see in real life. I say it all the time. You know, you already know what I like if you're watching this. Well, maybe you don't. Maybe you're new. And if you are new, I appreciate that. Welcome. Subscribe, all that good stuff. We're playing against Manchester. Why did I say? I was gonna say Manchester United, Newcastle United, who were interestingly playing Giroud at cam and Muto up front, which is interesting. You'd think they'd play it the other way around. Which, I mean, Giroud does have some of the qualities you would look for from a cam. Like his link-up play is excellent. Some of the best link-up play I've ever seen in my life. But other than that, I mean, I don't really know. But hey, it's up to them. Giroud was played in behind early on right here, the former Arsenal and Chelsea man. He ended up playing it out wide. It went back into the box. Good header from Muto. But you got to think again, if that was Giroud in that position, maybe that header would have found the back of the net. You never know. But looking for 3 wins from 3 in this season. We get a great chance right here as it comes to Dada and his volley. I don't know what I did wrong, but I know I think what happened was I was trying to do a driven volley, and I ended up doing like, it was either that or I ended up pressing like the driven cross, something. I don't know. It's a weird animation for a volley though. It is that driven cross animation, so something went wrong in trying to volley that into the back of the net. But it is what it is. Still looking for the first goal of the game, and we were pressuring Newcastle quite well at this point. Yazabal almost getting his first goal for the club right here, forcing a good save out of Carl Darlow, who again was put under some pressure in this game, was forced to make some real good saves. Yazabal is tackled, falls to Sergi Dada, who plays a nice little ball, little dinked pass into Almiron, who's going to square it across to Højbjerg right here. Ball on his left foot, finds Yazabal, forces a good save out of Carl Darlow. That's a brilliant save, to be honest. Let me not underestimate that. Yazabal is doing about as much as he can to score his first goal for the club right now, but denied from a brilliant save from Darlow. And again, save forced out of Carl Darlow, and he does everything that is required of him. Because again, I mean, the ball goes through the defender's legs. It's hit with some venom. It's heading towards the roof of the net, and it's not only a hand, but a very strong hand at that, palming it over the crossbar. We get the ball out here, just come up from a corner, put it back into the box. Yazabal rises well to win that header. Brilliant pass as Yazabal gets himself into the box, and this time Carl Darlow cannot deny him his first Southampton goal. The £35.9 million signing gets his name on the score sheet for the first time in Southampton colours right here. Well worked. I mean, he won that header. He had no right to win that header, but it's that reverse pass from Almiron, I believe it is, to get it to Yazbal. No one really put enough pressure on him to, I mean, I guess they didn't expect him to be able to fit. I mean, someone tried to, but it went through his legs again. We're seeing a lot of that in this episode, and you can't expect Carl Darlow to do anything more. I mean, it's brilliant finish. Power, pace, into the corner, rifled like an arrow, and Yazbal gets himself his first Southampton goal. We're into the second half now as Newcastle push forward again. Played down the line to Giroud, who's going to cross it into the box. It's one in the air by the Newcastle man. But again, you got to think if that was Giroud winning that header, maybe he would have found the back of the net. Lucas Vasquez coming through this time, beating Paul Dummett. All ends up, absolutely leaving him on the floor for dead. It's been another nice start to the season for Lucas Vasquez, our Spanish. For a second, I was thinking he was Uruguayan again, but a Spanish winger. And just leaving Dummett, and you see he got himself a yellow card. So we get ourselves a free kick. Nice position. What are we going to be able to do with it? Lucas Vasquez stepping up to take that, puts it into the danger area. And right here is, I mean, in the last episode, we spoke of Van der Meer's goal, where he scored a goal from outside the box with his right foot that was just struck damn near to perfection. That shouldn't really be happening because on his weaker foot and he's not good. This is another one of them things I don't really like. you got to work pretty hard to make someone not enjoy scoring a goal. I didn't enjoy scoring this goal. The smallest player on the pitch, I'm going to go out and just guess, the smallest player on the pitch, not only that, but he doesn't have good jumping stats either, and not only that, he doesn't have good heading stats either. He has no right. He just simply shouldn't be scoring that. He simply shouldn't be scoring that. But he did, and at the end of the day, it happened. We went 2-0 up, but we were pegged 2-1 back, and that was actually the final piece of action for this game. Unable to get a clean sheet, we was heading on our way to the third 2-0 victory of the season in a row. Unfortunately, Dwight Gale snatched it from us. Leon in the transfer market sealed a $43.7 million deal for Alvaro Morata, a player who a lot of people do not rate. But I think if you don't rate Morata, you're kind of crazy. I mean, players have bad runs of form, you know. But it seems to be anytime a player doesn't do well in the Premier League, they're just completely written off. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy that people seem to think that the Premier League is the best league in the world. Like, that's kind of undeniable. But it's not so far above every other league that if you don't do it in the Premier League, you're just shit, you know? If a player can do it for Real Madrid and Juventus, two of the biggest teams in the world, and on the biggest stage, then they could do it in the Premier League. Yeah, he's not doing it in the Premier League at the moment, but I'm pretty sure if you just keep giving him time, he will come good. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure they're not going to give him time. So it is what it is. But just a little rant about Alvaro Morata. Not just Morata, though. We've seen it time and time again. Players come to the Premier League and have a little tough run of form or something, and then they're written off completely. But this is how the Premier League looks at the end of the first few games. 9 points for us. We sit in top of the league. Crystal Palace, Arsenal, and Chelsea complete the top 4. But this is what we're bringing back right here. I showed it off a little bit throughout season 2. I think halfway through season 2 we showed it, but we're gonna bring it back. We're gonna update this pretty much at the end of every episode, or every other episode at least, or maybe just when something changes on it. Career mode legends, we're keeping a track of the stats that just all throughout the series. So most appearances in the team so far throughout all the seasons is Lucas Vazquez. Actually, I haven't let me update Lucas Vazquez with what will be after these 3 games. 94, I believe he played in every game. 94 appearances. Most goals, Lucas Vazquez with what will be 29 after scoring in this episode. And most assists, Lucas Vazquez. Don't know if he got any assists in this episode, but I'll check and update it. 31 as it stands right there, most assists. Lucas Vazquez, highest transfer fee paid, Mikel Oyarzabal, 35.9 million from Real Sociedad. Most goals in a single season, Bertrand Traoré with his 29 last season. And most assists in a single season, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg with his 17 last season. So this is where we're going to wrap it up. Like I said, we're going to bring this back. Maybe not every episode, but at least every other episode or something like that. And we're going to keep you updated on how these stand and when they are broken, who is leading. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Catch me tomorrow as we continue Season 3. Peace!